Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the 1-day chart. We're sitting here just above 54 cents. We're dropping down right now with Bitcoin, which is already down to almost 56K. Now, a lot of people are expecting us to drop even lower. They're calling for a 40K Bitcoin. If that was to happen, most likely XRP would drop below 40 cents. I don't think we're going to go that low. I think we're going to start to break out from here, because everything looks like it's starting to build up for a decent run up. A lot of people are expecting us to start running up starting this coming weekend. Let's wait and see what happens, because nobody could really call this market 100%. Expert says appeal in Ripple case won't hinder XRP performance this bull run. Like I told you, there's nothing holding us back this time around. So attorney Rispoli shared the reassuring message today, emphasizing that an appeal will not hinder XRP's performance in the bull run. According to him, even if any party appeals, the Second Circuit will not issue a decision until 2026. Hence, there is no cause for immediate concerns. Hopefully the SEC makes an announcement that they're not going to appeal. I still don't think they're going to. However, I think they're going to drag it all the way out to October 7th. But either way, no matter what, nothing is holding us back come this alt season, meaning we're going to hit some serious price points. This comes from Alex Cobb. USD $36 per XRP. So going off of this, they're saying if Bitcoin top would be around 180K to 200K, and using previous XRP dominance all-time high, the price would be around $36 per XRP. Now that's right on track with what I was thinking. However, I don't think Bitcoin is going to reach above 120K. I think it's going to break just above 100K. And most likely we're going to see a $27 XRP. And I'm being conservative with that price point. But this is based on just a typical alt season happening. We got screwed out of the $10 XRP back in 2021. And I think the reason that happened is because the SEC lawsuit was still so fresh in people's minds. A lot of people back then didn't even want to talk about XRP or even invest in XRP. However, this time around, I think we are going to see a magnificent run for XRP. It's going to be a very exciting time. This comes from Eleanor Tourette. The AP has just called the Massachusetts Republican primary race early, with Johnny Deaton as the winner, streets ahead of both Bob for Senate and Chuck Kane. Deaton will go head-to-head with Senator Warren in November. Now, Elizabeth Warren had to say something about this. Warren frames Deaton as crypto industry stooge ahead of fall Senate battle. But it's key to what she's actually saying. So she says, this is really the success of 3 crypto billionaires who put in several $million, a few $million, and recruited somebody from Rhode Island to come in because they wanted to make him the first Republican nominee, which they did. And now they're hoping that they'll be able to buy a Senate seat. And I get it. You know, what they're hoping is they'll be able to get rid of me because I might be the person who would block some kind of crypto legislation that they want to get through. Now, here's the way I look at this. First of all, Elizabeth Warren weaponized Gary Gensler against the crypto industry. Crypto is innovation. And if you don't want innovation in the United States, in my opinion, that makes you anti-American. Now, Elizabeth Warren is talking about them buying a Senate seat. Well, she has been bought and paid for by the big banks for years. I think it's going to be great to see her leave the Senate. I think Johnny Deaton is going to win this November. While we're on the topic of legislation, take a listen to what Trump said. I will make America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin. Crypto and Bitcoin. I'm pledging today that in my second term, we will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every one new regulation. We'll be able to do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin. Now, I like the idea of this because the Howey test, it's way too outdated. They never even thought that crypto would be a thing in the future. And we definitely need new regulations, especially for new innovations. But I like the idea that he said, industries of the future. Like I've been telling you all this time, you are invested in a technology of the future when you're invested in XRP. Now, I already think regulations are written. I think we are going to adopt Mika-like stablecoin regulations. Also, crypto regulations will be very similar to what they have all around the rest of the world, because regulations cannot be different going from country to country. And I think those regulations are ready to be put in place at any moment. Ripple needs regulation in place to launch RLUSD across the XRP Ledger. This comes from Wishy Outdoors. Brad Garlinghouse said stablecoin regulation is coming in 2024 and that RLUSD is ready to launch within weeks. You see what I'm saying? It's all being perfectly timed. Wake me up when September ends. So if Brad Garlinghouse is saying we're only weeks away from the launch of RLUSD, that means the US is only weeks away from crypto stablecoin regulation. I think the stablecoin regulation is going to be put in place ahead of the 2024 elections. I think we are that close. And all of a sudden, Ripple's talking about payments once again. The traditional cross-border payment system is slowing crypto businesses down, making it difficult to provide customers with flexible fiat payout options. Ripple Payments can streamline digital asset off-ramps by providing 24/7, 365 access to cross-border payments, reducing the number of counterparties in the payment flow, settling global transactions in seconds. So why all of a sudden is Ripple talking about payments once again? Remember, they pivoted towards tokenization and custody. Now they're on track with payments once again. I think it's because we are very close to seeing XRP go live on a lot of rails all around the world. And I think that is coming by the end of this year. A lot of countries are ready to go live very fast. And I think something is going to be a catalyst that makes that happen. Look what's going on with the BRICS and Russia. They're fast tracking everything. Other countries that aren't moving along with BRICS and Russia, they're going to end up being left behind. And I think that's why Ripple is focused on payments once again. But Ripple was always a disruptor. Take a listen to Brad right here.
What Ripple did, which made it a little bit controversial in crypto, is we said, we don't think the banks are going away. We're going to work with the banks.
Right.
And a lot of people in the crypto world at that point anyway were like, down with the banks, down with the government. And I think it's just great as you see both ends of the spectrum. People have been in the industry for decades getting very excited about what's happening.
Like, here's what happened with crypto. There was a time when everyone fudded on XRP. They called it a centralized shitcoin. Who wants to hold that? We want the freedom coin, Bitcoin. But look what's going on with Bitcoin now. It's being pretty much taken over by BlackRock and the rest of these financial institutions. And, you know, it's becoming more centralized all the time. But the reason I always stuck with XRP, even though I knew that Ripple was working with the banks, because that's where the money is. You know, I like the idea of the banks utilizing XRP to make payments faster, cheaper, more secure, cutting away all those bank fees at the same time. The only reason that Ripple ended up being tied up with the SEC for the last 4 years is because they were taking fees away from the big banks. Their solution wipes away all the fees. It allows you to send money anywhere in the world at a very cheap price. But you know, we're starting to see the disruption happen at the same time. But you see how Swift is willing to work with Ripple. A lot of the big banks willing to work with Ripple. Ripple's not coming for the US dollar either. In fact, their technology in XRP can strengthen the US dollar. But if you listen to these Bitcoin maxis talk, they want Bitcoin to replace the US dollar. And that's why there's no need for Bitcoin going into the future. They're not going to have competition going into the future. It's just not going to happen. Then there's this, coming from Zoom. I can't lie. I'm truly embarrassed to be an XRP holder with this bullshit. The battle for the future of crypto. This is XRP Unleashed, coming in November. A lot of people don't like the idea of this documentary. I'm going to try to sit through it. Hopefully I make it through the whole thing, and we could talk about it a little bit in a video. But a lot of people don't like this because the people that are tied to this documentary are now becoming wishy-washy. In other words, now they're telling you to sell your XRP. I just seen somebody earlier today say now that Ripple is not going to IPO in the US, that it's over for XRP, that it's never going to move in price. These people are ridiculous assholes at this point. And all they're doing is creating uncertainty for new investors, people just coming into this space. You know, I get DMs all the time, and I know these are new investors because of the questions that they ask me about wallets, about storing their crypto on the exchanges. They're asking me questions like, what is the XRP Ledger? What does it have to do with XRP? And at the same time, these people are willing to learn, and they're new to crypto, and they have all these OGs that were here for years telling people to buy crypto, buy XRP. Now all of a sudden telling people that XRP has no future and the XRP Ledger has no value because their projects that were paying them to shill them aren't building out. You know, it's becoming a ridiculous embarrassment. Hopefully I can make it through this whole documentary. But what are your thoughts on this documentary? Put it in the comments section down below. Then there's this, the XRP Ledger and the introduction of multi-purpose tokens, bridging the gap between fungible and non-fungible tokens. Multi-purpose tokens and its use cases. So you see, treasury bonds, transferable fungible tokens with metadata, airline credits, non-transferable fungible tokens with metadata, art and collectibles, transferable non-fungible token with metadata, university certificate, non-transferable non-fungible token with metadata, But here's David Schwarz. He clears it up and makes it even simpler to understand. Take a listen to this.
Any other new developments that you spoke about here at Consensus, or anything that we need to know about?
Well, we've announced a couple of other strategies for the XRP Ledger. One of them is oracles, which are another example. Like, the oracles themselves tend to be regulated institutions. Some of them are DeFi projects, but they enable DeFi applications that are sort of jurisdictionless, like collateralized lending. You can't do collateralized lending if you don't know the value of the collateral. We've also started to talk about a proposal for what we call multi-purpose tokens, which are so the XRP Ledger has fungible tokens that are great for things like stablecoins, and it has non-fungible tokens that are great for things like collectibles. But there's sort of like an in-between for things like carbon credits, where they're sort of fungible and like one carbon credit is a lot like another. So you probably don't want like NFTs for them, but they're not really fungible because they're issued like against different projects that may have different regimes, and so you have like lots and lots of assets. Concert tickets are another thing. They're sort of fungible, but they're sort of not, because seats are different, and you don't want 0.997 of a concert ticket. Like, how do we let you in? Or what if we have 100 people that each have 99% of a concert ticket? Like,
so think about it like this. This is going to open up the doors for a lot of different industries to get involved with tokenization. But these, say it's concert tickets, like David said, they're going to have value. These tokens are going to have value. So what does XRP do? It moves anything of value. So say you have a concert ticket and you want to send it to a friend. You could send it to a friend utilizing XRP. And this is going to bring a lot of value to the XRP ledger as well. But I see people saying that these multi-purpose tokens are going to replace XRP. You see what I mean by misinformation and causing doubt in this space? That's what really pisses me off, because a lot of new investors don't understand these kind of things. So right away they think XRP is not a good investment, and then they get left behind and they never experience financial freedom. I want every single person to get rich in this space. I really do. And that's why you don't see me being wishy-washy, following the trend. Oh, look at what these OGs are saying. Let me jump on board with that narrative and sell it to all of you. Bullshit. I'm keeping you on track to get financial freedom, because I see the big picture here. And the big picture is this. What's going to happen with XRP going in the future with utility and use case, it's absolutely massive. And anyone that holds this cryptocurrency long enough is definitely getting financial freedom. Some people are going to get generational wealth off of this cryptocurrency if they hold it long enough. But until it all happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.